1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 8.
Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is TheOdd1sOut, back with another brand new video, and today we are reacting to Why I Love Webcomics by TheOdd1sOut. It has been a fat minute since we have reacted to TheOdd1sOut. It has been a while since he's actually put a video out. You know, I've always enjoyed watching TheOdd1sOut. I love the animations. I do know that he actually has a Netflix show of TheOdd1sOut. I think it's called Oddballs, if I remember correctly. I haven't watched it, but you know, it's very good for him. But you know, I guess before we get into this video, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications on so you don't miss a single video that I post, and also make sure to go follow all my other socials, linked down in my description down below. And after saying all that, let's get straight into this amazing, hopefully amazing video. Hey. And here we go.
Draw a picture right now. All right, you done? That sucks, right? I spent 2 hours on the face, I couldn't get the hands right, and when I compared my art to this other artist I found online who's younger than me, it makes me want to curb stomp this monstrosity so no one ever has to look at it again. Okay, now, think of a joke. Not one you've already heard before. I want you to think up a brand new, never been done before joke.
Yeah, that's hard.
Ugh. You know how cats are like lazy? Maybe we could do a joke about a lazy cat and his owner is like, stop being so lazy. That sucked too. Now imagine doing both of those things together. And then putting that artwork up for the entire world to leave their unfiltered, anonymous opinions. And on top of that, you also make virtually no money off of it. Who in their right mind would put themselves through that kind of torture? Well, dear viewer, I would like you all to meet Zachary. Zachary is a webcomic artist. He makes webcomics just so when you're scrolling through your timeline while taking your morning poo, you get a little chuckle to yourself. And then you keep on scrolling, forgetting about his existence entirely in mere seconds. I have a soft spot for funny webcomics. Not the super serious superhero ones or the Japanese ones. Wait, why is this part all pixely? Webcomics can be shared on any platform. In fact, a lot of webcomics get reposted without the artist's consent and with their names removed. Which is kind of weird that someone went through the effort of removing a watermark when they could have just, you know, not done anything and left it. I hope you all realize that behind every comic is an artist who just wanted to make you laugh and doodle something that day. I started reading webcomics at a very young age. Back then, we just called them comics. They were really the only books that I liked to read, and the only place you could read the hottest new comics was in the newspaper. Oh, sorry, I should clarify. A newspaper is a stack of gray paper that would be delivered to your house by a child riding a bike, and they would print 19 pages of useless information and have one page dedicated to the funnies. This is where...
That's because most of the useless pages were all ads. That's the reason why. Yeah, it's true. Like, most kids aren't going to know what newspapers are because nobody uses newspapers anymore, hardly at all. They're going obsolete.
The classics were born. You know the ones. The Calvin and Hobbes, the Garfields, the Far Sides. Some of these comics have made me laugh harder than any meme ever has. I just want to say that Calvin and Hobbes was an extremely creative comic. It was a comic about a rambunctious boy that had a giant predatory animal best friend. I mean, where else have you seen that before? By the way, if you ever see those Calvin peeing bumper stickers, those are unlicensed knockoffs and really go against everything Calvin and his creator, Bill Watterson, stood for. In fact, all Calvin and Hobbes merchandise is unlicensed because Bill Watterson never made merchandise. But I mean, aren't these crochet Hobbes dolls the coolest? So there was only enough space in the paper for about 20 comics. And last time I counted, there were way more than 20 comic creators. So if you wanted to get your silly little comic in the newspaper, you had some fierce competition. But now, anyone with a computer and enough dedication can create comics that get shared by millions of people. You don't even need a fancy drawing tablet or expensive painting software, or even art skills in general. Webcomics and the internet and memes have been intertwined for decades. Many of your favorite meme formats are just edited webcomics. Now, in most cases, if someone
That's
took an
true.
artist's work, defaced it, and then re-uploaded it without credit, that'd be a bad thing. But memes are different, I guess. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I want you all to know that these artists have made other comics that are just as funny, and you should support their work and buy their books, and if you're going to make a webcomic edit, please just keep in the watermark. It's literally more work to take it out, and you're being an asshole. Some of you original gangsters...
That's so true. Because, like, I remember when I was younger and I first got Instagram, I followed a lot of TheOdd1sOut because, just to read his comic strips. And literally, it was nothing but repeats of people re-uploading the same exact shit that TheOdd1sOut is posting. And it's like, it's happened to so many other creators too. And it's exactly with how he's explaining it right now.
may remember that I also used to be a webcomic artist. I posted my first webcomic in 2012, which was over 10 years.
Wow.
10 years? It's been that long? What the fuck? I'll be honest, my webcomics took a little while to get some traction. Let me explain something. All the comics I would read in the newspaper had distinguished characters with personalities.
Yes.
A lot of times, the punchline of a newspaper comic would only be funny because we knew the characters and their mannerisms. Garfield hates Mondays, so instead of him hating Friday the 13th, he hates Monday the 13th. That's a good one, Garfield. So I try to make a webcomic like that with my own little universe. I'm going to be a little vulnerable for a minute. Let's talk about my OCs I made when I was a 16-year-old boy. There were three main brothers. Jake, who was a self-insert character. One time I dressed up as him for Halloween. Justin, the book-smart straight man. Straight man as in the character archetype, not the sexuality. Although if any of the brothers were gay, Justin would be the gay one. And Kevin, the laid-back older brother who did whatever he wanted because he's the oldest. Those three were the main boys.
Okay.
Jake, Justin, and Kevin. The three whitest names anyone's ever heard. Now, if you're an up-and-coming comedy webcomic artist, I would suggest not to do what I did. If you're just trying to make someone laugh, you don't need a whole cast of characters that have intricate relationships. Just tell your joke and leave. Or don't. It's your art. You can do whatever you want. Eventually, I wanted to rebrand myself. Instead of having distinguished, defined characters, I went with the very basic-looking character design that had absolutely no distinguishing features at all. And I settled on a design that looked like this. I mean, over time, I refined it. I originally posted my comics exclusively to Tumblr. It was just me and this other obscure webcomic about trolls.
I remember Tumblr.
We were the two main ones, really. Now, if you're still an up-and-coming webcomic artist, then you should post your comics to every platform imaginable. I learned the importance of cross-platform promotion the not-so-easy way. One day, I got a Tumblr message from someone asking if they could post my comics to a small, unknown app called iFunny. And I said, sure. Then that guy would
I forgot about iFunny. That was like back in... Yikes, 2000 and probably 15 or 16. Cause I was in junior high when that app came out or was out in that time, like popular. But yeah, it's been out for a while. I'm not even sure if it's an app anymore. Maybe it is. I don't know. I haven't seen iFunny in a long time.
Periodically send me messages like, "Dude, we are blowing up. Our comics keep getting featured." And I was like, "Our?" Then I wake up to messages asking, "Hey, are you the one posting these to iFunny?" And I said, "No, but I gave the other guy permission to. You know he's impersonating you and starting beef with other artists, right?"
No.
It turned out that iFunny was my most popular social media account, and I didn't even have access to it. I eventually got the account back, and now people tell me that they loved reading my comics on iFunny back in the day, which wasn't even part of the plan originally. Webcomics have really impacted me and this channel. Some of my earliest online friends were other webcomic artists, who I don't keep in touch with as much as I should. My bad, guys, I'm sorry. My username is based off my webcomic, my character design was made for my webcomic, and even my Cannonball profile picture is from a panel in my webcomic. I really hope this video makes you appreciate the webcomics that you see on your timeline. I know you see them, they're everywhere. If you come across a comic you like, I want you to try and find the original artist's socials and browse their other comics they've created. I guarantee you'll find some banger comics that just didn't get the same amount of attention as the other ones. And who knows,
you might just make a difference in someone's art career. You know, making a whole video about webcomics has made me miss my first love. A lot of times when I think of a joke, I have to wait 2 months to tell it, and at that point I don't even know if it's funny anymore. But a webcomic can have same-day joke delivery. So this is how I'm officially announcing that I'm making webcomics again. I'll be posting them on my website and maybe Twitter if I'm still verified. There's already 6 brand new comics. Feel free to make any meme edits of them. I don't care.
All right. Well, there you guys have it. That was the video right there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. As some of you probably wouldn't notice, honestly, because I have never shared this with anybody, but yes, when I was younger, I actually made comics as well. At first, I made comics on Batman because I loved Batman and Robin. And then when I got older, I actually made my own characters, my own universe, my own hero league and my own villain league, and made a whole entire story where each story led on to the next story until it reached the finale. So I kept on going like episode per episode per episode, and I loved doing it, you know, because I was hoping I would make those characters big someday. But James is right on this, because most people do take away a lot of people's work and then repost it and make it sound like it was their own work, which honestly sucks for the person that created it. But that's just how some people are, and you just kind of have to learn to live with it. Like, there's nothing you can't really do about it, because people's work is usually always stolen and then reused as somebody else's. But there you guys have it. That was the video right there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I certainly did. But thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.